So this is how it goes. Someone comes up to you and they're like, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. And you're like, really? Yeah, I am. I've looked and it's gone. Like what? Happiness. Happiness. I looked, it's not there. I can't find it. What else is missing? Love. I looked and looked and looked. I can't see it anywhere. Also, it's not just that. There's no peace of mind. I don't feel whole and complete. It's gone. That sense of wholeness and completeness, I don't see it. The money, the car, the house, the happiness, the contentment, the bliss, it's gone. Really? Yes. Can't find it anywhere. I looked and it's gone. So I thought, okay, if it's not there, I don't see it, then, well, it's got to be out there somewhere, right? So I started looking. And I started having all these things happen to me. And I got into like these relationships. And at first I thought, oh my God, I found it. I found like happiness and I found love. And maybe there was going to be bliss and peace and contentment and that feeling of oneness there, you know? Because I figured, well, if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be there, right? So I got into this relationship. How did it work? Wasn't it? They said it was there. I thought it was there. Turned out it wasn't there at all. So I went and I thought, okay, well, it's just that person, right? So I went and I looked and I found somebody else. And the same thing happened. At first, I totally thought it was there. They totally thought it was there. At least that's what they told me. And then it wasn't true. It wasn't there. It was awful. So I like got the heck out of there, you know? And it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that, because I like went to, and I got this job and I thought this is going to be great. I'm just going to love working here. All these people, I'm going to have like this sense of like this family, and it's going to be so nice to like go in every day and, you know, feel fulfilled, feel like I'm, you know, doing something, you know, with my life and maybe for the world, and I'm going to make all this money and stuff. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. That feeling, the money wasn't there. I thought it was going to be there. And I thought like we were going to be like this one happy family and stuff. And I was going to feel so content, so whole and complete, and this sense of community and that sense of oneness again. Wasn't there. So I got another job. It wasn't there either. I couldn't find it. I keep looking. So I'm out and I'm looking, and I've been looking and looking and looking in life everywhere. I'm looking for my happiness, the love that's going to make me feel so whole and complete and at one and content and blissful. The money, all the stuff, you know, that I've been wanting that's going to make me feel all those ways. I've been looking and looking. And then I looked online. Apparently, it's not just me. Apparently, this is some kind of epidemic. It's like almost pretty much worldwide. It seems like it's everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh. And that confirmed it to me, that it's not just me. And of course, I got like really upset when I found that out. You know, in addition to my experiences, everybody else was having the same problem. And there's like this huge issue going on in the entire world. So I got really upset and like really, you know, worried about it. And then, so I just didn't know what to do. So I just, you know, when I was at the doctor for my regular checkup, I was like saying, yeah, I'm like really worried and, you know, anxious about all this stuff, you know, that's going on, because I can't find these things that I should have that seem to be missing, and everyone else, it's just, I'm just so freaked out about it. They're like, maybe you have anxiety. And I'm like, is that what that's called? Is that what that is? Oh, I guess you're right. Okay. And then the doctor gave me something. They gave me something. And then with this whole thing and me being so anxious and everything, I just like, I just really, I got really sad. I got really, really sad. And then one of my friends said, "Oh, I think you have depression." And I'm like, "Is that what it is?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like a disease. You have to take like a medication for it, you know, in order to deal, because otherwise, you know, it's not normal, is it? You're not supposed to be upset or depressed. Yeah, that's you need to get some kind of, you need to get on some kind of medication for it." So I went back to the doctor and I got on this medication for it. And then I started like, you know, and it helped for a bit, but then well, things like seemed to get worse, you know. And then I started like eating. I started like, because I didn't know what else to do, so I started like eating all the time and stuff. And then I gained weight, and then I got even more depressed. And then I started to like get this inflammation. And I thought, why am I getting inflammation? You know, why is this happening? Now this is happening to me. So I went back to the doctor, and they said I had arthritis now. Can you believe it? Like my life is just going down the tubes, totally down the tubes. You know, all this stuff is missing. It's missing out in the world. I've looked in the world and I can't find it there either. And I don't know what to do. I don't know where this stuff is, where my happiness is, where is love, where is joy, where is peace, where is contentment, where is bliss, where is it? You know, we're all on the journey to find it, because that's what's happening. We're like in school. Oh yeah, I don't know, maybe we did something bad. I don't know, but we're on this, apparently this terrible journey where we've all had to go without, and we're all missing all of this stuff. And now we got to find it. Now it's this whole journey of all of us coming together to solve this thing, to figure it out, to heal it. We need to heal it. It's the healing journey. It's this journey to oneness, this journey to wholeness, this journey to finally being happy, and all of us being content and at one. And yeah, it's the journey of the healing journey. You know, it's a journey, and it's like a lifetime journey, you know, for most people. That's why I've heard people talk about it, but I've heard that sometimes people find it, you know. So that's what's happening here, is that I'm broken. There's all these things wrong with me because there's all these things missing from me. And so me and everybody else, we're on the healing journey. We're on the journey, you know, to happiness. We're fixing it. We're gonna, I mean, it looks pretty bad. I have to admit, it looks pretty bad, but I've got hope, you know. And so I'm sure that we're going to figure this out, you know. And even though I keep falling apart more and more every day, I'm on the journey. I'm on my way. So I'm sure I'll get there, you know, and I'll be able to find all this stuff, you know. All of us will find all these things that are missing, you know, finally. Whew, right? And they're like, and you're like, what are you doing? And they're like, why are you pointing at me? They're like, And you're like, what? And that's what happens. It's called the illusion of separation for a reason, you know, because it's not missing. It's not out there. What happens is it's an agreement that you make. So you come here and you're like, oh, I'm missing all this stuff. And you're like, no, I'm not. This is the illusion. In order to have the illusion of separation, to have a journey, to have an adventure, to have all these stories to go back and tell, we are in the illusion of separation. But it's just that. It's just an illusion. So how do we find those things that we want here in the illusion with us? We keep waiting for our mind and our senses to tell us what's real, to tell us what's true. And our feelings, they come afterwards. Your thoughts, your feelings, your 3D awareness, your senses all come afterwards, after you've accepted and proclaimed and agreed that such and such is true for you. Whatever it is that you want. Love is true for me. I'm always loved. Everybody loves me. I am number one. Nobody comes before me. Everyone absolutely adores me. It's not a party without me. Everyone is like, it just wasn't the same without you. Everyone wants to be around me. Whatever it is, you know, whether it's you're rich, you're loved, you're adored, you are, because you are all of those things already. In fact, everything that you can imagine, that's a part of you already. It's already there. What's happening is you're birthing it through you, through the agreement that, yep, that's me, through that agreement, through that acceptance, through that not letting anything else change that. Like I always say, putting your foot down, that's just the way it is because I said so. That's why it is, because I said so. And because I am all things and you are everything. There's nothing that you're not. Then it has to come into your awareness because you're calling it forth. It's coming through you into this world. So this world can't tell you. You tell it. Then it gets birthed into the world because you are the love that you want. That person, that SP that you want, that's you. The relationship is you. The money, the house, the cars, the popularity, the friends, the family, whatever it is that you want, it's you. Because there is nothing that isn't you. There's nothing that isn't made out of you. You are everything. You are all things. This is the illusion of separation, the illusion of I don't have. So we get around that by understanding, okay, I'm just here on the illusion. This is just a 3D, fake reality suit that I'm in. So I'm going to be like, okay, I got all this stuff. I got my whole warehouse full of everything I want. And I'm calling it forth. I am birthing it forth into this world. I'm calling it forward. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to have now. This is who my character is now. This is who I am. I don't care if it's 180 degrees from who I was. This is who I am now. I don't care if I was 95 and now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be 22. I don't care. Because I am all things. Everything. So if I want to go from 95 to 22, I can do that. Because there's nothing here that can stop me. If I want to have the love of my life, if I want to have this, if I want to have that, anything, because you're already it. It is you. So everything you can call forth. This is what's meant by, you can move mountains. You have the power to create worlds within you. You can create an entire new earth if you decide to. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I I'm very much into the no limits thing, because it's impossible for something that is infinite to have limits. There's no edges to it. There's no rules. Anyone that says, oh, you can do this, but you can't do that, well, all comes through you. So if you've convinced yourself you can, well, then you can. Even if it's a completely new way that nobody here and all of, reality creation and all of this whole world of manifestation has ever thought of it before, but it's something you believe in, you're like, yeah, that's going to work for me. Then that is absolutely going to work for you. That's it. Because it's your world. Your world, your rules, your ability to create, because that's kind of the whole point. That's the excitement about it all. Why wouldn't the creator want to experience the most incredible things? the most fantastic, magical things. Of course, you as a creator would want to do that, wouldn't you? Well, go for it. Why would you limit yourself to earthly rules or there are no rules except for your own limitations in your own imagination. So you want it? Yeah, you can have it. Whatever it is. I don't care what it is, because this is you. It's all you. And you can be and do and have absolutely anything you want. And I know that for some people that takes some getting used to. But what do you want your life to be? What do you want your life to be? Because you can have limitations. You can have rules and regulations and beliefs if you want to. I don't know why anyone would want to. Like, I need a job to get money. Why would you do that? You are money. You know, money is just a fake idea anyway. It's not even real. None of it's real. It's like time. People are like so into time and my age. Oh my God, I'm going to be too old to have children. What? How can that be possible? It's an illusion. It's a story you've told yourself. And because you are that incredibly powerful, you can literally create that reality like that instantly. You have that within you because you are all things. You are everything. So there's no way that anything is impossible for you. But you just need to agree to it. And it doesn't matter what this old story says, because this is old news. This is old news. Even your eyes, what your senses are picking up in the illusion are 15 seconds behind what's actually taking place. That's why your mind projects what it thinks it's going to see. And then you're like, oh my God, that's it. That's not it at all. It's not the true reality at all. So you can put anything in that place. Your mind's making it up to begin with. So you can make this illusion anything you want. Even waking up from it completely. But just remember, you're in the illusion of separation. You're not separate from anything. You are not separate from love, nor the one that you love. You are not separate from your perfect life. You are not separate from happiness, from bliss, from contentment, from wholeness, from completement, from that sense of oneness. That is the illusion. And if you're like, you know what, I don't want that illusion anymore, call it forth. Call it forth. Say, okay, that's my reality now. That's my reality now. And you don't care one little bit what this illusion, why would you care what the illusion says? You're the programmer of the illusion. You're the one that wrote the story in the first place, and you're like letting the story like run you. And you're like, I can erase that and rewrite something at any time I want. Of course you can, because you wrote it to begin with. So you decide what the new story is going to be, whatever it is, and that's it. And nothing you see from then on is going to matter, because that's just going to be the old story playing out, even if it's completely contradictory. Oh, the one I love, and they come and they're like, I don't want anything to do with you. And you're like, oh my God, I'm creating my reality, and that's not what I meant to create at all. Well, it's not yours. That's not for you. That's not your stop. That's nothing to do with you now, because you're not that person. So that situation has nothing to do with you. Even if it's happening right in front of you, you can be like, huh, look at that. There's like this old story playing out. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't care what they say to you. You just be like, okay, yeah, whatever. I never want to see you again. Okay. I'm going to block you. All right, whatever. You know, you name it. Doesn't matter what 3D does or says. Doesn't matter at all, because you've proclaimed it. You're the one at the back who's putting in the new program. So the old program, that's whatever. Let it play out. It has nothing to do with you anymore. You're not in that play anymore. It's not yours. What happens is you proclaim it. You accept it. You proclaim it. You're like, yep, this is what I'm going to have now. And you don't wait for the senses or your mind to tell you, oh, that's true. No, they come afterwards. They come later on. First, you stay in that place. And yeah, it may take a few weeks. It may take a bit. But this is about you making up your mind once and for all what you're going to have or not have. Are you going to stand for it? Are you going to stand for that old story? Or are you going to have everything you want? You get to decide. And you get to stand your ground from then on, no matter how long it takes. In that decision, you hold firm, and it's when the program here knows she ain't backing down, she ain't gonna back down, that then it gives in, and the program changes. But you don't wait for it to change. You're not on the journey to change, your story. You're not trying to heal it, because you're not gonna fix that old story. You don't want that old story. You don't want that version of the story. You want the version of the story you want. So you don't go about fixing that old story. You proclaim a new one. Be like, okay, closing that book altogether, opening, I like this story way better. I like how this one reads. It could be the same characters or whatever, different story. Otherwise, you'll forever be on the journey to get there, to fix it in that story. And we don't do that. We proclaim a new story, a new reality. We stand with it. Nope, I ain't changing my mind. This is what it is. And then everything changes because it's birthed from within you, because you know that you are in the illusion of separation. And that's all that it is. That's all that it is. All the happiness, all the joy, all the bliss, all the love, all the peace, contentment, and oneness are within you when you insist, when you won't settle for anything less. That's when it happens. Anyway, there you go. And I'm going to see you guys here next time on Rebuild Reality.